Hi, welcome to BA Movie Reviews. It's Ben. This is my wife Abby. She is joining me tonight. We just watched Just Go With It with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, it was a pretty interesting night seeing this movie. We sat down and, we sat further down. We came in right as the movie started. And the trailers for a movie really set up what kind of movie you're going to watch. Like Abby said, like if you see a drama, you're going to get dramatic trailers and they're going to show you what kind of movie you're going to see. Like there's usually one that's hit or miss. Like sometimes you get some stupid Lindsay Lohan movie, something stupid that you don't care about. But most of the time it's in the vein of what they do. And movie studios do that on purpose so that you get a sense of what you're watching. And usually, like, if you're seeing a Disney movie, you get a ton of Disney trailers, depending on what it is, Like, we opened Justin Bieber at our theater this year, and it's produced by Disney, and every trailer on that movie is a Disney trailer. They wouldn't allow anything else. So, yeah, and one of the trailers was a movie called Bridesmaids, which...
It was basically The Hangover, but with women.
Yeah, and a lot of SNL alums...
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad to see them going that route. I like Maya Rudolph a lot, and I know she's going to be just terrible in this movie.
Well, she'll probably be the only redeeming quality in this movie.
All right, well, I guess we'll just jump into it. The beginning of the movie was really, really weird. Like, the opening scene was just not great.
Did we say what we watched?
Yeah, just go with it.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, spoilers, of course, like I have to say this because like one of the most commented things I got about our videos, our last one, was that we said too much about it. Like it's not really a review, it's kind of a general synopsis, which is true, but that's really what we're going for. If you're going to keep watching us, we're probably going to tell you more about the movie than we should. But like the beginning of the movie opens with like the story of how Adam Sandler, like his wife was cheating on,
Oh, that's right.
Bride-to-be was cheating on him before they were, like, the night before they were going to get married, and then he goes to the bar and picks up Lila from
Friday Night
Lights, who was in The Roommate that we saw last week.
Yeah.
She's just kind of whoring around, I guess. But he had this, like, super fake prosthetic nose.
Humongous.
It was, like, so humongous that it wasn't funny. That it just seemed awkward.
Yeah.
And then everyone in his family had it, so it was kind of like a theme. Because then he became a plastic surgeon instead of a cardiologist, like which was supposed to make it seem like he became very one-dimensional in his character.
At first, when they showed his sister with the big nose, I thought they were making fun of Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, because she had a really big
job.
nose back in the day, which hopefully I can get a picture of it and put it right here. But if anyone's ever seen Leprechaun, the first one, you can rent that and see her original nose, which is pretty impressive. And then he meets this girl, like, we'll just jump. He meets this girl named Palmer, which is such a stupid name. And, like, they make no reference to her last name or anything. Like, it's just Palmer through the whole movie. A note in this movie, there's a lot of cameos in this movie, and a couple of them were really good. Like, I was really glad to see Rachel Dratch, if anybody knows who she is. I'm a huge fan of Rachel Dratch, and it was really funny just to see her in it. I don't think anybody else knew who she was in the theater. And we're going to talk about that in a second, about the crowd that we saw this movie with, which was questionable at best.
It's rough.
But Heidi from The Hills, like super plastic, her boobs were out. It was gross. She's pretty hard to look at. There was a really weird Pizza Hut commercial in the middle of this movie. Like, they go to this thing, and it's like, Pan Shot, Pizza Hut, carry this pizza, and then a couple of Pepsi cans. And the last movie we saw with Adam Sandler was Grown Ups, and that movie was just a big, long commercial as well.
Yeah.
It was pretty terrible. I felt really good about this movie towards the end. The second half of this movie was really good.
The first half was slow and a little bit rough, and the second half really redeemed it.
Yeah, like Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler were really good together.
Yeah,
like
I haven't liked Jennifer Aniston in anything I've seen her in years. Last thing I think was Friends. Yeah. So I was expecting to hate her, but I actually really loved Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler together.
Yeah, they were good. She didn't seem too plastic in this movie. She seemed good,
they
natural.
Had good chemistry.
Yeah, like their dialogue in the beginning when they're like in the plastic surgery office was really good. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty funny. Like, decent writing and stuff. But the rest of it was weird. Like, Nick Swartzen was in this movie, if you know who that is. He's a stand-up comedian. He was kind of funny, you know, just like the comic relief, but most of his stuff was just arbitrary and could have been left out.
I would say the jokes in this movie in general were really like low quality
Yeah, lowbrow.
humor, lowbrow.
Lowbrow for sure. Poop jokes.
I didn't think it was especially funny. I mainly enjoyed the chemistry between Jennifer Aniston and
Yeah,
Adam Sandler.
the diagnosis of this movie is real feelings like sprinkled above really dumb poop jokes. And like
Yeah.
it wasn't enough to
pretty much
get
it.
rid of the smell of the poop joke.
As far as those low jokes go, like that's how it relates to the audience that we saw it with.
Yes, the people that we saw this movie with laughed at everything.
Everything.
Every joke hit its mark with the crowd we were with. We kept looking around, going, "Why do you think this is funny?" Like, I understand that I'm seeing this movie with you, but like, I want these characters to grow and evolve. I don't want poop jokes every 5 seconds. I don't need that, you know. And like the couple of the other cameos in this movie, like Dave Matthews was in this movie, like married
That
to
was weird.
Nicole Kidman, and then I won't ruin it for you, but like they just used them in such a weird way.
Especially considering that Dave Matthews is an amazing actor because I saw him on that episode of House.
Yeah, if you haven't,
He
you
was
should
amazing.
you should look for that episode of House, and it'll tug at your heartstrings.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. So I'm just gonna wrap it up because this movie's not really worth any more time. One thing I do have to mention is I hate movies that say the title in the movie more than once, or even once at all. And in this movie, they said it twice.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, the little girl's talking about acting, and she's like, "You just gotta go with it. Just go with it."
Oh,
And you're like, "Okay." And then later in the movie, Jennifer Aniston drops it as well.
I didn't notice that. Overall, I felt that our two lead characters were really good, and everyone else was pretty dispensable. But the plot picked itself up and was enjoyable, so I say, rating-wise, 3 out of 5 stars.
And definitely, I agree. 3 out of 5. It was a decent,
Average.
average Adam Sandler movie. Not in the vein of Adam Sandler movies of the past, like growing up with Billy Madison and stuff like that. Those movies were comedy gold, and you're not going to find comedy gold in this.
Yeah.
I recommend watching it. It's not a waste of money, but you're not going to get a lot. out
I
of
wouldn't
it.
pay to see it.
Yeah, but you don't pay to see movies anyway.
Okay, that's fair. But
We haven't paid to see movies in like 3 years.
that's true. But I'm just saying, like,
The cost of what movies that we're going to pay for is pretty low now.
you could wait for video.
You can always wait for video. But if you're a moviegoer, just go see it. All right.